Hello everybody and welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pit Stain Hobbies. Today we're here with a review of a very angry toothbrush. The DSPIAE, I'm from New York City, we can't. The DSPIAE reciprocating sander. Quite popular little item, a lot of people have it, a lot of people use it. If you buy this on Amazon, there'll be a plastic wrap and there'll be a label over the display word that says ANSI. Same thing with extra sandpapers. It'll say ANSI. I don't know why I peeled it off. I just wanted to make sure it was display. They must have had some technicality with Amazon where they couldn't sell anymore as display. Who knows? Sometimes brands get booted from Amazon for various reasons. We have no idea why. I did unpack this earlier just to charge it, but this is basically the experience you will have other than the plastic wrap. So let's get that thing out of there and get this out of here. And honestly, let's just put the box back together. Let's try to be semi-professional. And we'll just put it in front of the dumpster fire. Not that the logo's blocking it. There we go. And you get this. And you get a bunch of, dear God, I hope that music didn't make it through to YouTube. Because, I'll be right back. Okay, so I was playing some music in the background on my Sonos speakers. Luckily, the mic didn't pick it up, so we're good to go. Come with static electricity. You'll get a sheet of labels here with grit numbers. All right. You get a couple of packs of stickums, little sandpaper stickums. I got an extra pack of sandpaper stickums. And then we have the main event here, the Angry Electric Toothbrush, the DSPIAE reciprocating sander. The tip just pulls off, and you got this thing. See? Look at that. Don't brush your teeth with this. Please do not. My father told me stories about when he was a kid, and oh boy, yeah. You don't want to use that. It comes with a USB, thank God, a USB-C port on the back to recharge it. And then it has a color indicating something or other. I don't know. It's just an RGB disco machine, I guess. And then on. There we go. And you got, oh yeah. Look at that. Yeah, it always starts at low, and then medium, high, and off. And we're going to take one of these little guys. We have a whole bunch of different shapes and sizes. You got rounded, you got pointed, you got curved, you got corner shaped, you got all sorts of different shapes there for all the little nooks and crannies you want to get into. And let's see about these sanding pads. Okay. Come here. Come on, a little closer. There we go. Not that close. Okay. So we pull out our little sanding pads, and we got 1,000 grit and 800 grit. We got all these grits. How long do grits take to cook in your kitchen? So let's, what do you think? 280? No, let's do 180 for maximum speedage of degritting. So we got a lot of these big square ones on here, and you have some other pointed ones and some other little sheets. And I think we just, we just peel. Well, so much for that. You peel it off of the backing. You little son of a. Really? Come on. Get off of there. Okay. So we take our little grit pad, and we're just going to stick her onto the big flat square thing, which I'll probably use the most. And then we just, I think we just stick it on there. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that's how it goes on. It's got a flat on the bottom, round on the top, and let's see. Woo! Look at her gyrate. Look at that reciprocate. We got a few different things to test with. We've got some very supple Bandai plastic. This is one of the optional mount bases for our Perfect Grade Falcon. We've got a piece that we're probably not going to use on a Warhammer kit from Games Workshop, which is a really weird plastic. It's like somewhere in between polystyrene and ABS. And this is really delicate polystyrene, nice and soft. And then we got some of this horrible crap from Polar Lights, one of our spare Enterprise refit nacelles. So we're just gonna we're gonna test out the sanding here. So let's see here. We got some nubs here. Look at that. We got a nasty nub there. A little bit of a nub there. A little bit of a nub there. And a couple nubs here. So what we're gonna do is just see how this thing works. So let's try this out. Oh, not a lot of torque. Push very lightly. Okay. Yeah, because if you push too hard, you'll just stop it. Let's put her on high. Maximum sandage. And that's a big nub. I would never leave a nub that big normally. Let's see how long it takes to get her down. That's a big nub. Oh, this is nice and noisy and violent. Oh, why not? This will be great to irritate people on live streams. My wife, I turned it on when I was in my office, and my wife was in the next bedroom over in her office, and she's like, what the hell was that? And I said, toothbrush. And she just never said another thing after that. Let's go side to side. Let's just go in a motion. Let's gyrate, baby. Let's sand. Let's see here. Now, normally I would use this. Why I bought this was for like more, you know, the final little touches of sanding, I guess. I don't need to like shape raw parts. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it works. It's getting the part down. Oh God, this is so annoying sounding. I picked too big of a nub, but it is sanding. Let me try like an average nub, just the little leftover bit of nub. I think I'm only going to use this on high, unless I'm doing some really fine finish work somewhere, which for that I might not. Oh, yeah, it works great for a smaller nub. Yeah, look at that. Nothing. Nice and smooth. Okay. Goodbye. Let's see what we get here. This is a slightly larger than average. Oh, come on, focus, camera. Slightly larger than average nub. And that Games Workshop plastic, this stuff is like tough as nails. It is so ridiculously tough. Let's put her on max. And mind you, this is what they call 180 grit. So this is their roughest grit. So it should do work the quickest. I think turn off, you son of a. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it works okay. It works fine. I mean, really, I think I already wore out this piece of tape. Let's just stick that on the workbench. Let's get a fresh little square here. It's fine. It's pretty good. I mean, you know, versus doing it by hand. high. Very little pressure. Let the sandpaper do the work. Okay, the nub is pretty much gone, I guess. Oh my lord, that is noisy. I mean, it's not the noisiest thing in the world. It's not as noisy as like a Dremel. Like a Dremel is, you know, it's not that loud. Foyo! Oh, I dropped it on my Uncle Roger button.
Foyo, nice.
Yeah, I'd say so far, foyo, nice. For that, I haven't used that button in a while. So yeah, so it will do the thing. You know what this will be really handy for is if you're older, if you have carpal tunnel, if you have hand issues, if you have joint issues, other things like that, or you the repetitive stress of hand sanding things is a little much for you to bear, this may come in handy. So here what I did is I just taped together a couple halves of a nacelle and painted them black, and there's quite the lip there, as you can see. So I just want to see if this is at all useful for taking this down. Let's go on high. Because this is my primary goal for this device, is for sanding down all of the horrible mold seam line gaps and high lows on my Enterprise refit and similar types of situations. And so far, the paint gums it up a little bit, having it, this is just black Mr. Hobby 1500 Surfacer Primer. But once we get it to the point where it starts taking the paint off of both sides of the seam, that means our seam is gone. Let's see here. Oh, we're starting to see some paint coming off. And at this point, in all honesty, realistically, I would switch to a finer grit than 180. To finish sanding this, but let's see here. Oh, no. Oh, God. 4 clicks. Jeez Louise. Hi, Rocket. Oh, doggy's down there. So let's see what we got. And honestly, I'd say 95% of that lip is gone. And it's nice and even. There's no ridges or deep gouges or anything. So if you were like hand sanding, let's just take this to the high. You know, if you were hand sanding, you know, it's an imprecise science. The human body is inaccurate in comparison sometimes. Some people are very good at sanding. I'm not. And the paint is definitely going to gum up any sandpaper. So you'll probably want a lot. And you can cut your own squares, I'm sure. You can just get sticky back sandpaper and just cut your own squares. You can get those big circular ones for like, you know, like a power tool sander, and probably just cut your own pieces with some heavy duty scissors. Oh yeah, she's taking her down. And yeah, it's gonna give you a nice, let's see here. Oh, I turned it back on. Oh, why do I keep doing that? God, I'm so stupid. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So it started taking paint down on this side. Oh yeah, there's very little, if any, high spot left there. And it's for 180 grit. That is not 180 grit in real life. Like, that's not like DeWalt, Milwaukee, Stanley, Black & Decker type, like tool shop 180 grit. That is a very smooth 180 grit, actually. So I can only imagine what their, 1,000 grit is like, or the 1,500 grit. That's just probably ridiculous. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. And again, you have your little case, and you could store your USB-C cable, and you got all different shaped heads. So you've got like a round head there. That can come in handy a lot of times. You got this perfectly 90-degree pointed head. You've got just a narrower head right there. Let's see here. What's this one? You get your little clothes iron head, which can actually probably use a little sanding on its own. It's got a little bit of a nub there. There we go. Let's just perfect your parts for you, DSPIAE. Or Ansai, as you're known on Amazon. It's got a sharply curved tip on that one. It's got just a very narrow, flat tip on that one. And what's this last one here? This is, that's an interesting shape. All right, so that's like to get flat, but into like something that's got a curve to it. That's interesting. But yeah, it's got a lot of interesting shaped tips, and you've got a lot of these stickers here. I'm assuming you would like take a sticker off, and you'd probably like put it like on there to know what you have. I guess. I don't know how useful these stupid things are. I mean, you're going to wear out a piece of sandpaper before you really need to like designate a head for it, but nice little device. It barely even got a little warm. So we were working it pretty hard. Didn't really get warm. Doesn't have a lot of torque. So that's high. Yeah, and if you over push on it, it just shuts off. It's just very light touch, and let the sandpaper and the motion do the work. But yeah, you know what? Purchase. For me, I am not regretting buying this. It's quite nice, and it's definitely going to come in handy. That's for sure. It's going to come in handy for making noise on live streams. No, it really will come in handy for sanding. Especially, if I've got something where I need to sand a lot of little corners and edges constantly and seam lines. Or if you're doing like little missiles for a kit or something like this, where there's like a forever high-low mark that you just got to sit there and go zzz, back and forth for like an hour. Just use this stupid thing. It's fine. It's not so powerful that it'll rip right through the plastic or melt it like, a full-size power tool would. And I do break out a big Makita, a multi-tool type sander every now and then for stuff. And that is actually quite overboard for certain things. But this did a really decent job on a notoriously problematic seam on a notoriously difficult to build model, the 350 refit. Worked great on the Bandai plastic, and with little extra effort, it worked fine on the Games Workshop plastic. And yeah, so I would, for the price, 2 thumbs up. Definitely. I am very happy to have this in the arsenal of expensive crap I didn't need to buy because I could have just used elbow grease. But again, for people who've run out of elbow grease, your elbows are dry. You don't have any wrist grease. You have no finger grease. You got no grease. You got no schmoo left in your body. And it hurts to even brush your teeth. Definitely get one of these. Now, if you're just lazy like me, or you want quicker results, or you just like power tools that make noise, still solid buy. I'd go for it. I'd go for it, boys and girls and everything in between. There we go. So if you buy it on Amazon, it'll probably have a sticker over the box that'll say Ansai or something. You're getting the DSPIAE. Trust me, I will give you that assurance. It's weird. Amazon like boots certain brands off of there randomly from China, and DSPIAE is kind of one of those weirdly spelled Chinese brands. But most of their products are really nice. I have a set of their nippers, and their nippers, they're what are they? They're 3.0 nippers. These things are like 90 to 95% as good as the God Hand nippers. Well, we were just pulling things out of there. Oh, camera shake. Yeah, they make really good tools. They make a little pin vise thingy with where you can put pin. They make a lot of good stuff. So yeah, totally. I'd go for it. No one else that I'm aware of in the hobby products industry makes something exactly like this. It's very low torque, which is honestly a good thing when you're sanding on polystyrene, which is a very weak, delicate plastic. So yeah, absolutely. Hit it up. I mean, I'll put a link in the description below. Disclaimer, I might get like 37 cents or 12 cents or whatever the hell Amazon feels like giving if you order it through my link. You'd help out the channel and pay for some canned margaritas. So that being said, thank you very much for coming, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want. I don't care. DSPIAE reciprocating sander. 2 thumbs up from the idiot. Adios, everybody.